Warning, this video is intended for audience who are 13 or older. If you are not 13 or older, please fuck off and tell your parents to moderate what you watch online. William, hey.
Yeah.
Hey, I love how this family was about to let a 9-year-old kid kill themselves, right?
They really shamed the kid.
They were Alfred to help.
Holy shit, they're like... he's like told her like the nicest guy in that whole family. Like, yeah, look, like he does like he's still kind of fucked in the head from what I'm saying here, but he in the nicest way saying like, yeah, rusty knife is gonna hurt, dude. He's just like, don't do that. It's fucking crazy.
This family is just so fucking terrible.
Oh
like, we've been talking about how bad his family is, but Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
Right? Like, because last episode we were talking about how fucking, what's the sister's name?
Kay, I think it was.
Kay is a complete fucking bitch. The grandfather says his two fucking children to go get a piece of plywood they could have got at Home Depot.
Yeah.
And right?
Uh-huh.
Like, this family is just overall very horrible.
Like,
right?
the best of them is honestly Toha, but even then, like, from what I'm seeing here, like, oh no, he's been through some shit, man. He just doesn't see things as normally.
Any better. It's like it turns out, William, the cycle of hate continues, right? If we were to make a story about revenge, right?
Oh, stop.
It just continues.
Stop. You know how I feel about that. I don't need you bringing it back up. Oh my god.
But you know, I do want to know how you feel though.
Uh-huh.
About our non-weekly discussion series about Jiraiya.
Oh my god.
A non-weekly discussion series, also a person with no knowledge of Metal Hero or Jiraiya, and joined somewhat every few weeks or so by my friend William. That's you, William. A person with no knowledge about the concept of revenge in storytelling. As we discuss the Metal Hero series Sekai Ninja Sen Jiraya. Hey, welcome to episode 5. Stolen Optical-magnetized Light Vacuum Sword. Jesus fucking Christ, that's the name of this fucking episode.
God, man. But, okay, so, where do we start with this? Basically, it's Toha training in the fucking morning, right? Because apparently he's like...
Yeah, he's training.
Yeah, he's like, I've been traumatized from the last episode. I might as well train so that shit never happens to me again, right?
So I'm gonna get the secret family sword that's hidden behind the mirror.
Also,
right?
fucking apparently high-tech lasers. Right behind high-tech lasers. Like, what the fuck? What kind of fucking security do these people have? Like, I get they had some mystical, like, soul.
And do you think that's why the grandfather was so adamant on getting the sign back? Because he know they couldn't afford another wooden sign? Like,
because they spent all the security system for the sword?
Yeah. And now, like, because we were joking about this, like, this board is meaningless. It's not like this board is like some family heirloom passed out since like the first generation. As far as we were aware, it's just a fucking random piece of wood that they wrote words on, right?
Yeah.
But it turns out the grandfather couldn't afford to go to Home Depot to get another piece of wood the entire time.
Yeah, I mean, just like, good lord. I mean, that would make a lot of sense, you know? For it to be like, oh, like, yeah, you know.
Like everything was spent to this fucking laser depth system to protect the sword.
Yeah.
Right?
Mm-hmm. Fucking hell, man. It's just fucking like, alright, cool.
Yeah, so Toa can just get this sword, and he goes to a public place, and he destroys public property to train. He realized that he's a weak, so he's decided to take it out on the city of Japan. He realized his weakness can only be solved by destroying public property. All right, he destroys public property as part of his training.
Yeah. I mean, like, he just straight up cuts, like, I mean, I don't know what I think it's like a thing, the post that you use to tie, like, a rope around, like...
Oh, I thought it was like some weird sculpture or some shit. No. But what you say is like...
Yeah, it's...
Oh, yeah, it's like one of those things you use to tie a boat around to make sure it doesn't fucking, doesn't float away.
Yeah, basically.
Yeah, he's just... Like, the best part, he's training out in the public, right?
Yeah, he's in his suit, running around in the middle of the goddamn morning, like, where everybody could potentially see, and he's just running around down the pier, like,
waving a fucking sword around.
I'm surprised nobody called the cops on him. honestly surprised. Like I like.
Yeah, it's fucking crazy. And then he just starts destroying public property. Okay, I understand if you want to train, right? Like, you want to get yourself better. You realize you have a weakness. Like, oh boy, I can't compete in the Tokyo. I did really bad in day 1 of the Tokyo 2020 Olympics. I gotta train for day 3 or 5 or whatever date the Tokyo 2020 Olympics is happening on by the time this episode gets uploaded. Because as you remember, there's still where the narrative for these a few episodes of Jiraiya is the 2020 Tokyo Olympics.
God, man, hold on. How long do the Olympics last? The modern games last 16 days from opening to closing ceremonies.
Okay, so we still have time. But yeah, so Toa is destroying public property with a fucking Jesus fucking can he not pick a better spot to trade in, like a mountain, or like a forest,
I mean, yeah,
or like some fucking abandoned warehouse.
At least then he's not bothering other people and everything. Yeah.
Or destroy public property, like right?
Yeah, that's true too.
It's like you can't just imagine some guy that works at the pier doing his job. Like, what the fuck is this? Someone cut down the goddamn steel thing we used to prevent boats from being lost at sea, right? I think Toll unironically caused more problems for the sea in Japan at this point.
Yeah, probably. Fucking hell, man! It's just like but
they notice someone, and then they find a bomb. Like, oh boy, what's this bomb? Right? Oh boy, never seen this bomb before, and it blows up and everything. Oh, that was a bomb.
Oh yeah.
Right?
This is like the red spikes and shit, right? Yeah.
Yeah. With this weird red shuriken with a gecko on it.
Yeah. And then this fucking explodes and shit. I'm trying to remember where we are in this. It explodes.
And then he goes back home. He sees the younger brother or whatever, who's like hungry or something. He's like, apparently he doesn't know how to make his own food or something.
Yeah.
Right.
I'm like, you guys can just make some toast and maybe an egg, and you'll be.
I'm like, do you guys didn't have cereals or some shit?
That too.
Or can you get? Do you have to like you have to ride a toilet to make you breakfast? You ungrateful children. You ungrateful cunts.
Yeah. I mean, God, it's just like. He does everything, and he's even dedicating himself to morning training so he can better prepare himself.
Yeah, by destroying Japanese property, right? Even though he's destroying Japanese, he's like these kids couldn't fucking make their own cereal or whatever, right?
This family.
The worst part, the kid just eats a piece of bread and a carton of milk. Why did he need Toha for that?
Yeah.
Literally, you see him run off. He's literally running with like a piece of bread in his hand and like a carton of milk. Right?
Yeah, and it's just like, oh god, this family can't do anything for themselves, man.
Yeah, like this little kid is just a punk. It's just a punk. He's literally just fucking. All he did was had bread.
Yeah, honestly, and it's just. So basically, he's like, I mean, he's eating bread. I bet, Toha, being the good older brother, is just walking with his brother to make sure he gets to school safely and shit, right? And of course, it turns out, surprise, surprise, Manabu, it's a fucking, what do you call it? What's the word? No, not punk. He's a
troublemaker, a juvenile delinquent.
A juvenile delinquent. Yeah, that would work. Yeah.
Yeah, he's a punk ass kid.
Yeah, he's
right.
I mean, I wouldn't be that harsh, but yeah, you know what? We'll go with it because I hate this family. He's a punk ass fucking kid who just is like, oh, like the teacher tells him off and he's like, oh, I'm just oh, this was all my brother's fault, It's fucking bullshit. And then he's like, oh, look, my brother isn't here. I guess I'm just gonna run off to home and then do the thing that he told me not to do. Also, then we get like the introduction to another character who's just basically kind of creeping around.
Really, this show is just fucking introducing characters. Jesus Christ! So as you know, for the audience who decides to listen to two guys talk about a 30-year-old show for some fucking reason on YouTube, or wherever the fuck you get podcasts, you'll get your podcasts because this is definitely gonna be on other podcast platforms, right? I'm definitely uploading these to other podcast platforms. Hey, shout out to Apple Podcasts for allowing us to put this shit on there.
You know what? I don't look it up, so I'm gonna trust that you're telling the truth.
Yeah, right. Yeah. So basically, I don't know how many episodes if we're ever gonna continue to do more episodes of this shit for fun or shits and giggles or whatever. But Jesus fuck, this is like episode 5, and they just keep introducing new characters that we supposed to care about within this series.
I mean, it's just like
God, what the?
It's just like they're introduced so quickly, and then they do something, and then they're off, and they're like, "Good lord!" I mean, yeah, these are characters, but like, are they ever gonna do anything that are gonna be relevant to the plot? But so far, they just kind of interfere. I'm like, why though? What are you doing? What is this?
Yeah. So Manabu goes steals the sword. I just realized how fucking awful this security system is, right? So in order for you to unlock the fucking open the panel to get the sword, you have to move your hands in a you have to move your hands to like these corners, right? Mm-hmm. Here's the thing, William. So here's the thing. They put their hands on the glass, right?
Yeah.
I don't know if you ever put your hands on glass, but it leaves fingerprints residues. You can see the fucking motion. Yeah, you see it
too. And I'm like, guys, if anybody was bothered to look through, they could just notice, and then you can fucking.
It's really bad how fucking the security system is so fucking bad because you see his finger. Like the afterprint of his fingers on the glass. It's not like it's not like they're actively cleaning the glass afterwards, right? Like all you have to do is take a fucking rag and just simply wipe it. But no, they just leave it.
Yeah.
It's so bad. This security system is unironic actually bad. Like this actually the way that they have it's actually worse with how they have the security system implemented because it makes it more obvious. Like, oh, what's the specific motion they have on this glass panel, right?
Yeah, honestly, and they could just try it out. Like, oh, so that's what it does, and then
Yeah, mm-hmm. Yeah. So he steals the family's ancient sword or whatever, and he goes around. He goes like, yeah, all right, I have a sword. I'm gonna steal this sword, right? Oh, can't open it. Can't open the sword or whatever. But then he gets attacked by the Tengu birds or whatever the fuck these.
And of
these
course
birds.
they steal the fucking sword and start running off with it.
Yeah.
Fucking this kid just like basically fucked over his family just because.
Yeah. Who would have thought that a 9-year-old kid would get beaten up by 3 guys in bird costume and get their sword stolen, right?
Yeah, and I'm just like, man, you guys like, God, it's just like this kid is just like.
Yeah, they might as well. I think those birds should have stolen the kid's lunch money as well.
Honestly, yeah.
Just push him down and steal his lunch money.
At least then he would have learned his lesson a lot quicker, I guess. Mm-hmm. But
Yeah, but then the mysterious new guy comes in. It turns out he's actually Spear Ninja Topa, right?
God,
here's the
what? How many
here's the problem.
Ninjas?
I have a lot of issue with this fucking character, right? Right. So he comes in, and then, so he's a purple-clad ninja, right? In a purple suit with silver aesthetics, okay?
Oh, yeah.
Right?
And the fact that there's another ninja that happens to look
there's
like that.
There's a fucking villain on there's a ninja on the villain side that's a purple ninja with fucking silver aesthetics.
Yeah.
I actually got them confused this episode.
Yeah, and like the only difference between the two is that the villain has the vertical black stripes, but even then I'm like, at a quick glance, you're not going to know which one is which.
It's really bad from a design perspective, from a show's perspective, like for the audience to tell, like, right, like, oh wait, who the fuck's who again, right? It's like they could have given, like, they literally could have given Spirit Ninja Topa any other color palette, right? And that would have been a problem, right? And no one would have cared. But the fact that they both have purple makes it an issue because they both have silver aesthetics, right?
God, man.
It's really bad. Yeah, so he fights the other purple ninja from the evil clan whose name I don't fucking remember or I'm gonna bother with. So they fight and then they just walk off. It's just so they just run off camera, which is funny as fuck. How they all just run off camera as they fight, right?
God, yeah,
Yeah, but then Malibu comes back like, oh, well, fuck.
I don't think he's as pleasant as the tropics, okay? I don't think he is at all.
Yeah, then he realized he lost the sword. Like, whoop. Hey, it turns out if I walk outside with an ancient relic, with an ancient priceless relic, hey, some people might come and beat me up and steal it. Right?
Yeah, totally. Fucking, oh, God. But
Yeah, so then Toha comes back and he realizes, oh, whoop, the sword's gone. Sword's gone. And then him and the grandfather try to figure out, all right, who could have stolen the sword and everything. And then they realize it was Malibu. They realize it was Malibu. And then there's apparently this family has a dog.
Yeah,
right?
Out of nowhere, which they're using as an excuse to, like, be able to find the kid. But good lord. I mean, I don't think he needed the dog. He just said, oh, yeah, Toha can be good at tracking because he's a ninja. But, all right, sure. Bring in the dog, I guess.
Yes, apparently his family had a dog this entire time that we never brought up. As far as I'm aware, they never brought up this dog. And the worst part, he leaves the dog behind to chase after the
Yeah, because once he sees
kid.
Manabu, he just lets go of the leash and starts running towards him. Like, wow, all right, cool. Could have just dragged the
It's
dog.
just so funny how he leaves the dog behind. So fucking right, because remember this is the 90s, right? There's no iPhone GPS tracker yet, right? Right, these people don't have the advent of Twitter and social media, the best thing to ever happen to the human population, social media and TikTok and Instagram, right? Right, or an internet space where everyone posts encouraging topic and conversation to one another, and they don't post wild conspiracy theories, about like with how like elections were stolen, or how there's like Jewish space lasers or anything like that, or comparing Master Hawk. None of that stuff. They live in a more civilized time, right?
Yeah, sure.
I didn't know how long I was going on with that.
Jeez.
Holy shit! I was hoping you stopped me at some point.
Nope, I was gonna see how far you were gonna go with it.
But so the bad guys, they have the sword and they are stopped by, and then so geckos come in to attack them, and wow, holy fuck, that costume for that gecko thing is fucking terrifying as fuck. Jesus Christ.
Ugh, sorry, but yeah. I don't know where that thing came from.
Really
it just
terrifying
comes out of
to look
nowhere.
at.
I'm just like, why is it? It only shows up in the 5 seconds, right? It only shows up for 5 seconds. That fucking chameleon thing.
Yeah, but Jesus, it is so actually unnerving to look at. Holy fuck.
Yeah, I'm just like, what the fuck, dude? This is like the most fucking what? Like, we've seen monster designs, but this one is so unnervingly designed to look real that it's just like, what the fuck?
Like it has this it's so uneasily real, because the worst part is like before that we see the stupid Tengu birds, right? And they look like stuff like the most campiest shit ever, right? Because they have those big anime eyes and everything, and you wouldn't probably take them seriously in like a fight, right? But then you just cut to this fucking gecko lizard thing it's like so, you were talking about how it looks so realistic and everything. Like, Jesus Christ, it's so unnerving to look at.
Yeah, I'm just like, okay, sure, but then it's like there's also like he kind of just steals the sword after basically almost kicking.
Yeah, but
then
it turns out it was just an illusion for the clan ninja to show up.
Yeah. I mean, I think maybe because he kind of transforms into it, right?
Is that what it is?
No, because
I thought it was an illusion.
I wouldn't doubt that it's an illusion, but he also uses it kind of on himself. So like,
alright, this 90 special effects.
Yeah.
But no, we're introduced to World Ninja, the strange ninja, Crimson Lizard. All right, we get a new ninja this episode. We get the new ninja of the week to show up and everything.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, with his design. Yeah, so then he kicks their ass, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he basically kicks everybody's ass and just takes the sword for himself, right?
Yeah. Oh, you're right. He does transform into this thing. Oh, fuck. Jesus Christ. Yeah. He does transform into this weird fucking monstrosity.
Also, the main villain, apparently has, something of a heart because he wasn't willing to sacrifice the sword, sacrifice his daughter for the sword, which is kind of interesting. Mm-hmm. But yeah, he's just. But afterwards, he's like, you guys are no match. It's fine. Just let him go." But then I'm just like, I kind of find it. It's just like, you're the villain. You didn't sacrifice your daughter. Okay, that's interesting. Cool. But yeah, afterwards, after he's gone, it's just a scene where basically the fucking Manabu was threatening suicide. They got a 9-year-old.
So fucking awful.
I know, probably the actor's age is maybe 12 or something, but they got a 12-year-old and a 9-year-old to kind of act out like he's about to commit suicide.
Because this is the 90s, right? They were less lax about this type of stuff. Obviously in this day and age, right? Yeah, within this time period, you would never see this type of shit that you'll make a child actor say and do. But jeez, the scene literally comes out of nowhere for me.
It really does, because I know he's a bratty kid, and I know this is a ninja clan, but I didn't expect any of this. You know? And
the worst was how the family is just so encouraging, and they're giving him advice and everything. Malibu, whatever. That's a rusty knife, you know.
Yeah.
It's Russ is actually bad.
Yeah, and then,
you know.
I love how
right?
To's like, all right, I'm gonna make sure you finish your job. And then he's just trying to get Kay to be like, hey, Kay, say something. He's like, hey, you did a terrible thing, all right? And he's like, yeah, I know. And it's like the dad comes in, and then he just kind of stares or some whatever the fuck.
Like they're all waiting for him to do it.
Like, yeah, I know. I mean,
right?
Okay, so I know we're shitting on him, right? Like, realistically, I know within the story, it's like they're trying to just drive the lesson home that what he did is a bad thing. But holy shit, like, if I saw that, I'm like, guys, there's a better way to do this. Please don't do. Like, I get it, and it would work. But imagine if the kid was dumb enough, and the kid is kind of dumb enough. Imagine he was dumb enough to actually start going through with it. What are you gonna do then? Like, really? Come on. What are you gonna do then if he goes through with it?
It's like those kids that threaten. It's like those little kids who threaten to run away from home, right? Like, oh boy,
yeah, uh-huh.
I'm gonna run away from home, right? It's one of those type of. But this is just an extreme, right? Like,
yeah, like it's just like
you just imagine he's a dad, like so you have nieces and nephew, right? And like he's like if they were to threaten, like, I'm gonna run away from home. I packed my stupid little Clifford the Big Red Dog backpack and everything. I'm gonna run away, right? Because that's how I assume your nieces and nephew are. They watch Clifford the Big Red Dog. That's their favorite cartoon, right?
It's not, but all right, cool.
Yeah. Everybody loves Clifford the Big Red Dog.
I don't think they've seen Clifford. I think they know about it. I don't think they've watched. I mean,
you're gonna show your kids Clifford the Big Red Dog?
No, I'm not going to. If only because they're too old for that. To be honest with you.
Hey, what do you mean? Clifford the Big is everyone's favorite kaiju, all right? They're the Americans' first introduction to.
It's the child's first introduction into kaiju is Clifford the Big Red Dog. I can't wait until they read the book about Clifford versus Godzilla. You know, when they start getting into the kaiju.
Who would win?
Who would win? Big Dog or Big Lizard?
Yeah, so he learns his lesson. It's like, okay, yeah, I realized I went and did a bad thing, you know.
Yeah,
right.
Yeah, and then
so
that happens, but then you basically get it kind of cuts to after he's crying and shit. And then you see, and I don't know this character's name, the other lady ninja, who's just like, sometimes ally, sometimes enemy.
Yeah, Rei Yagami Yomagi or something like that. It's Rei something. I remember that.
Yeah, and it seems...
It's Rei...
Yeah, because she comes in, and I guess it's apparent that she's trying to get the sword back.
Yeah, like, everybody wants to steal the sword off us. I don't... Here's the problem with this series, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yes, what the fuck? Why is this sword so fucking important as a MacGuffin device when we already established another fucking MacGuffin device within the goddamn series, right?
Like the tablet. I mean, like the thing is, I get it from like a certain the enemy's perspective. They're like, oh yeah, now Jiraiya won't be able to fucking kill us, you know, with this fucking sword, right? But then everyone else is getting the sword, and I'm like, but why?
Yeah, then all of a sudden, there's like, right? I would have like it would make sense if like only one person was interested in the sword. Like, alright, like we stole away his secret weapon, now he can't defeat us. But then you put like all these other characters who are like, oh wait, I want the sword now. Like, what? Why do these characters care about the sword so much?
Yeah, and it's just like I guess they're helping him out, right? Because the thing is, in the next scene, you get basically Rei. And she basically just hands him a letter telling him, and apparently this is like, I thought it was just going to be in Japanese or something, but I can't tell because I never really learned the language or the written language as well. And so, like, when they hand it, it's like, oh yeah, this is ninja writing. I'm like, what? Huh? I can't tell. But yeah, it's like, apparently a ninja...
It's always funny how she just casually walks up, because I don't think we've seen her without her costume.
Yeah, and I'm also like, I don't remember, and I don't really care to look back at it, but did Toha ever meet her outside uniform?
Yeah, that's the thing, right? It's like how only he knows who Rei. Like as far as I'm aware, this is like the first time we're ever seeing her outside of her, and he just instantly like, oh yeah, oh wait, yep, you're her, you're that character who I've only seen in a ninja outfit so far, right?
Yeah.
It makes no fucking sense, right? Because they established letters in the show, right? Usually being delivered by a bird, or shooting an arrow through the house, or throwing a rock, right? It's just so fucking awkward how she just appears in person to hand him the letter, honestly, right? Like she like just fucking mailed the letter to him itself.
There's nothing stopping her from fucking just slipping the letter underneath the door and sliding it through. And I don't know why she doesn't do that at all. Like honestly,
right? she's a terrible ninja. Like I feel like that's like the first rule of ninjas, right? You don't reveal who the fuck you are, right? I mean, to the other people, right?
Yeah, I mean,
because the problem is she at least says to herself like, oh yeah, sometimes I'm an enemy, sometimes I'm an ally. Boy, you're really bad at your job so far.
Yeah, and then basically like after they learn who has a sword, Also, I still don't get why. Like, the guy likes swords, sure, but I'm like, again, like, aren't the World Ninja after the tablet? Like, does no one care about that anymore? Like, I get it from the enemies, the main enemies that we've seen. They just don't. They take the sword so that so that he can't kill them so easily, right? But then it's just like the World Ninja comes like, oh, I just want the sword, my dude. I don't care about the tablet. I just like the sword. I'm just like, okay, sure. Also, but yeah, basically they find out where the sword's taken from, and then
and for some reason they decided to bring Malibu with them.
Did they bring?
No, there's no reason for him to bring this fucking kid. He did not have to come with them.
I thought they let him stay behind, but then he followed after them anyway, right?
Yeah.
Because
it's really fucking weird.
Yeah, I don't know. It's a thing. But then we get scenes of like the father basically honestly kind of kicking ass. He's surprisingly good, and it's just like, even though he lost the sword, he was still basically he's still bobbing and weaving from the Crimson Ninja. Yeah. Which is actually pretty fucking impressive.
He fights the Crimson Ninja and everything.
Yeah. It's a bunch of nice shots, but I mean it's nothing too complicated like we've seen before. But it's decent action. Yeah. And then you get basically at some point when in a fight you get Manabu, who's on top of a fucking train tossing eggs at him or flour. I have no idea what those are.
I don't know. It's just like powders or something to distract.
It's some kind of powder, right? Yeah. And then he just tosses them, and then I think the shot repeats like 3 times, right? That was what happened, right?
I know, but that's classic 80s, 90s fucking editing right there. That's how you just see recycle footage, Yeah,
right? Yeah, I remember that from Mirai Sentai. Like, I mean, 2000, but it's close enough. But it's like they have a shot where sometimes they'll. No, I think that was actually Sentai. They jump in and they do a kick and they zoom in on a kick 3 times and shit. Yeah, I'm familiar with that at the very least.
Yeah, that's just classic gaming,
Yeah, and then Jiraiya basically gets the sword back, right? And then in the middle of getting the sword, he decide like I can't help. I just love this fucking scene. If only because it's like Crimson Ninja brings out this fucking hand cannon. Also, he has a hand cannon. I don't know why.
Yeah.
Don't know why his ninja has a fucking hand cannon. But alright.
Yeah.
But he has a hand cannon. He starts shooting it at Toha. But then Toha is just basically running through with the sword. It's like, ha, you fool, you've only made me look cooler. It's just running through the smoke and fire.
It turns out the greatest weapon was not in fact the inventions of gunpowder to mankind. It was just his fucking sword, alright? Yeah. It turns out it's the sword. It turns out years of history of gunpowder, right? Mm-hmm. Ever since the British Empire brought gunpowder was the British Empire?
It was China. China invented gunpowder.
Oh, was it China invented gunpowder?
Yeah, they were the ones.
No, but it was the British Empire that made it to actual guns, right?
They took it and decided to kill people with it. Basically, is how it went, I think.
Yeah. When the British Empire invented guns, like all those years of history of the British Empire with their gunpowder gone within seconds because someone was like, fuck, I have the light sword, I have this fucking lightsaber sword or whatever the fuck this is.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Right.
But yeah, it's just like he basically defeats the Crimson Ninja, almost slashing his face. And then, he breaks Crimson Ninja's sword. And then the Crimson Ninja's like, hey, man, you can keep it. I saw it. Yeah. I can't really use it. You seem worthy of it. I'm just going to go find another legendary sword.
Yeah, I'm going to go find Excalibur. The legendary sword Excalibur itself.
Honestly, I wouldn't doubt it. Because he's after just legendary swords in general from what I'm seeing. I wouldn't be surprised if he went for Excalibur. But yeah, he just...
or any other legendary sword.
Yeah, and he just basically fucking just dips out. I'm like...
He just fucking walks away like, all right, good job, everyone. All right, good fight. Bye.
Yeah, I'm just like, so wow, funny. Okay. And then everyone's like, like the 2 other ninja, Ray and the other spear ninja whose name I don't give a shit.
Spear ninja Topa, who I don't understand. What is his fucking role? I don't understand these characters and their goddamn roles.
Yeah, I mean, it was if he was established beforehand saying, oh yeah, I'm like the brother or something, or like I'm in the same ninja clan, then sure.
It's really fucking weird. I did understand why all of a sudden we have Ray Yaguya wearing this her name, is working with the Spear Ninja for no reason.
Yeah, I mean,
right? Like, there's no indication of them ever being like allies or partners or anything.
Yeah, it just suddenly happens. I'm just like, but why though? It's just like this. What's the point? Like, you could have just shown earlier that they were working together, or at least they had some familiarity. Then we would get it. But this is so sudden, out of nowhere, and out of left field, and it's just like, oh god, you're doing too much already. Like
I don't know if this gets explained later within the series or whatever. It's just so fucking weird.
Yeah, and then basically, I mean,
yeah, but no, like, Toma has the sword now, so it's fine. He's like, hey, yo, I got my sword.
Yeah, Toho.
I got my swords.
Yeah, and then you get the narration. It's like, oh, I wonder what secrets are within the sword, within both Jiraiya and the sword. Find out next episode, I guess. And then
if we ever decide to continue with this series,
right?
And it just depends. It just depends on how many more days are left within the 2020 Tokyo Olympics. All right.
I mean, I'm assuming it's done weekly, right? If we're doing this, if we're releasing it during the 2020 Olympics, this will be technically the last episode for the Olympics, since it's only 16 days.
Oh, you're right. Right, this gets uploaded because of that.
Yeah, so
I forgot.
So potentially, this is the last one.
Hey, stay tuned. Hey, as we continue this with the 2020. Oh, hold on. I
swear to God, it's every 4 years. So.
I know that. I'm trying to see what the fuck what's the next Olympics.
It would be 5 to 2025.
No, I know that. I'm trying to see what the fuck's the next. All right, hey, we'll see you next time for the Paris 2024 Olympics.
I think it's 20.
It's Paris.
Oh, who knows? I don't care anymore. I don't care.
It's 2024 according. I went to the Wikipedia article, right? According to this, Paris, France is the next. It's the next Olympics games. All right.
I mean, I get that.
See you then.
Okay.
Or we decide to do more of this. I don't fucking know. All right, this is literally just a backup video in case if we ever run out and we can't record regular Sentai content.
God, man.
Yeah, so who knows when the fuck people will hear this rant? All right, because we can talk about anything right now, and who knows when it'll come out. Marjorie Taylor Greene.
God, no! Why are you mentioning her? No need for her to be mentioned.
Hey, there's no need for her to be mentioned. Just like how there was no need for Spear Ninja Topa to appear in this episode, okay? It looks even like everything just calls back to itself, all right? That's how you do good. That's how you do storytelling, all right? That's good storytelling, all right? Right, it's like the cycle, you know. I'm just doing this whole cycle, you know, right? Right, of how it never ends, and it just continues on and on and on.
God damn it.
Alright, that's it. That's just me. That's this video.
That just tired me out so much.
Alright, coronavirus may or may not still be a thing. Wash your hands, maybe. Still wear a mask. Maybe get your shots. I don't know. Booster shots a thing now, right? Alright. Okay, thanks. Bye.